One morning in the spring of 1982, a mother rushed to the reception desk at the Royal London Hospital in England, cradling her 6-week-old baby girl named Claire. Claire was her first and only child, and that morning, the mother had noticed something very unusual on her daughter's head. There were two raised white lines that made the shape of a plus sign. There was one line that ran from the nape of her neck all the way in back, all the way up her head to her forehead, and the other line was horizontal, and it went from behind one ear all the way to the other ear. When the receptionist saw Claire's head, she immediately said those do not look normal and told her they would get Claire to a neurologist as soon as they could. 15 minutes later, the hospital's pediatric neurologist, Dr. Farhad Afshar, examined Claire's head, and he explained to the mother that these raised lines on her daughter's head were something known as bulging fontanelles. When a baby is born, the bones of their skull are not actually fused together yet, and the thin gaps between these separate skull bones are called fontanelles. When a baby's fontanelles begin to bulge like this, it's usually because the child's brain is so swollen that it's beginning to push the skull bones apart. In order to figure out what was going on, they would need to order a CAT scan. And then a few minutes later, Dr. Afshar came back into the room with the results. Her daughter had a brain tumor. He said that normally brain tumors are made up of brain cells, but based on the CT scan, it looked like Claire's tumor inside of her brain was made partially of fat and partially of bone. Claire needed brain surgery. Dr. Afshar was standing in the operating room with Claire sedated, laying face down on the table in front of him. Then he cut a rectangle into her skull, essentially creating a small door. He delicately moved the left and right hemispheres of Claire's brain slightly apart. That's when he got his first glimpse of this strange mass. And slowly it came into the light. He was so stunned he just froze. Claire laid unconscious in a hospital bed with her mother by her side for weeks. Meanwhile, Dr. Afshar ordered a genetic test on the mass he had removed from Claire's brain. And it turned out Claire was not an only child. She was actually a twin. And the mass that Dr. Afshar had removed was her twin sibling's fetus. Claire had an extremely rare condition called fetus in fetu. Fetus in fetu occurs in the very early stages of a twin pregnancy, when cells don't divide properly and one fetus becomes enveloped by the other. The enveloping twin looks like a single baby, but they're actually born with their siblings' partially developed fetus still inside of their body. The fetus in Claire's head was 5.5 inches long. It had 2 arms, 2 legs, but its head hadn't formed yet. And Claire's case was extra rare because her twin's fetus was found inside of her skull. In all of global medical history, intracranial fetus in fetu had only ever been recorded 18 other times. And it was thought to be a fatal diagnosis. But after 2 weeks in the ICU, Claire woke up. And a week after that, she was healthy enough to go back home. By 18 months old, she had fully recovered and had no lingering neurological problems. As far as the medical literature suggests, Claire was the first person to ever survive having her own twin removed from her brain.